What's up, guys? It is your girl Tree from Tree Tips Media with another tip for you. This tip is kind of long. This is gonna go kind of longer than my little shorts that I'll be putting out there because I finally found the information that I've been looking for the YSL trial. I found the breakdown that the district attorney has put out there, their whole little alleged story on how this YSL and Inglewood family Bloods beef got started. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right. First of all, before we get into it, I want to give a shout out to my girl Henny for this intro that I'm about to say because I think it needs to be said on all of my tapes. So, this content and video is operated under the Fair Use Act. It will be used for reporting, updating, educating, and most importantly, tree tips, me, opinions, and intakes. So, YouTube and anyone else that might get their feelings hurt by this video, please don't come copywriting and striking my channel. Please don't, y'all. I'm trying to grow my channel. Secondly, anything reported in this video is alleged because even though we report on it, read about it, hear about it, and speak about it, that does not mean that it is the actual fact, y'all. Y'all already know that. It's alleged. Lastly, you're invited to the Tree Tips Lounge. Before you come in, make sure you subscribe. I'm trying to get my channel to grow. Like, put me in the algorithm, right? And also hit the bell because I'm going to be giving updates. So you'll be notified, hit that bell, and it won't hurt. It won't hurt to share your girl content because there's some good stuff, right? All right, smooches, guys, let's get into this content. Okay, so I've been trying to figure out how did all of this stuff get started. I know some people were saying Lil Woody, it all started behind Lil Woody, but I was researching and I found I found some content that the district attorney's office actually turned over to um, the defense team because this information was put in one of Brian Steele's last motions about the prosecution PowerPoints. He wants some of those PowerPoints removed. So let's get into that. I'm not going to get into the motion. I just want to get into how all of this got started. So in this video, we're going to give you a timeline of where this beef got started, when it got started, and I'm not for sure how it got started, but you'll see what the district attorney is alleging happened and what is going on with the case because I was lost. The case went on so long that you get lost in it. You get lost in the story. So let me lay out the layout frame for you guys on how this war started with YSL and Inglewood family Bloods because that's basically what this Rico is about. Hold on. Let me start. See how this goes. All right, here we go. Right here. Let's see. So, the district attorney called this Operation Planters. As you can see on there, they have the gang unit involved. They got ATF. I guess that's for all of the firearms. And they got the little peanut planters people on there. I don't know who that is. They also had U.S. Marshals on here. They had a lot of investigators on this case. Of course, it was, a Rico case. So I'm pretty sure they had everybody, FBI, everybody linked to it. So let's get into it. Okay. Here we go. All right. In January of 2015, a gang war began between two rival gangs, the YSL Young Slime Life, 30 Deep. I guess they were only 30 of them. I'm not for sure why it's slash 30 Deep, but I guess that's their gang, versus Inglewood Family Bloods. Now let's pause right here. I'm gonna just tell y'all, I'm from Los Angeles, and this is where Inglewood Family Bloods was created. I had no idea Inglewood Family Bloods was a part of this case, right? I had no idea. I kept hearing them say "if gang," but I didn't know what that was. I just thought that was an Atlanta gang, but I guess it stemmed from law. They took it from Inglewood, y'all. They took it from the wood to Atlanta, ATL. That was an interesting part to me. I had no idea that the If Gang was yeah, in Atlanta. Okay, so let's see. Uh-oh, 1 second. Let's get back to it. Hold on. Okay, I think this one is it. Okay, so all right, so now we know Inglewood Family is in ATL, y'all. So let's see what's next. So we got Jeffrey Young Thug Williams, and remember, this is the district attorney's outline of all of this. We got Baby from Cash Money. This is going to show you how he's tied into all of this. So they said several incidents occurred between the two gangs to start 2015 after the split of the duo Rich Gang. Now, right here, you got Rich Homie Quan. The incidents started as rap related, but quickly became gang related. Okay, so you got them rapping and you got the gang signs going on. Okay, y'all. Okay. Okay, guys. So this is where little Woody comes into play. And he does come in at the beginning of all of this. The beef between Kenneth Woody Copeland and Mr. Kelvin Shell Kell. So this is the Kell we've been hearing in court. Watts Curtis is what fueled the ongoing beef. So I guess Woody is the one, his beef really is the one that fueled this. Okay. Then it says to APD gang unit knowledge, one of the first documented incidents occurred at a gambling house in Zone 3 between the two gangs. So the two gangs is YSL gang and Inglewood Family Blood gangs. During this incident, several shots were fired out. So, okay, so this is the beginning of the incident, y'all. There was a it was a gambling. A lot of fights and shootings began because of gambling. So Kenneth Woody Copeland was assaulted while flashing a large sum of cash in Club Crucial by Kevin Shell Kell. So Kell and others from IF family gang members, they basically pushed up on Woody because he was flashing this money. This incident escalated the ongoing feud. All right. So the next thing that happened through our investigation, it was discovered a drive-by shooting occurred at TIG Studios, located at 675th Metropolitan Parkway and this happened on January 7th, 2015. This studio was frequented by Inglewood family gang members and rappers. Through statements obtained through other suspects, it was learned that shooter in this incident was Woody. So, allegedly, Woody went to this studio located, in ATL on January 7th and allegedly drove by and shot the studio up. On January 10th, which is 3 days later, Mr. Donovan Nut Thomas was shot and killed in a drive-by shooting at 330 McDaniel Street. Nut was a high-ranking Inglewood family gang blood member, said to be in the number 4th ranking blood member in the street of Georgia. I kind of chuckle off of that because number 4 in LA, there's no way to put that kind of number on people. But number 4th ranking Big Nut was. So he was high up in the Inglewood family in ATL, y'all. He was like one of their OGs. Immediately after Nut's death, social media started speaking about his death, and that retaliation was expected. Okay, so this is where it all started. So remember, Woody shot up a place and then Big Nut got killed. So in a drive-by shooting. So this is where it all started. The day after Thomas' murder, Jeffrey Williams, Young Thug, funded a trip for YSL 30 Deep members to Miami. During several interviews, it was said that Williams wanted to get his people out of Atlanta. Okay. What's wrong with that? If you are from the streets, you know it's a war going on. You don't want your boys getting hit. I don't see any harm in that trip. And they tried to make a big deal out of that Miami trip. But Peanut's funeral, Nut funeral, was treated as if he was royalty. Over 2,000 people showed up for his funeral. Wow. So he was a G. He was a legend out there for the Inglewood family bloods and ATL. Inglewood family gang members began to make direct threats towards Copeland, Young Thug, and other YSL 30 Deep members. Okay, so the war is on. One of the Inglewood family G homies got killed. So yeah, the war is on. And you can imagine the internet stuff that was going on at this time, because for some reason, all of these new gangsters turn to the internet with what they're going to do. It says immediately after the murder of Nut, there were 8 drive-by shootings directed towards YSL 30 Deep members and their families. Oh my God. Police recovered over 300 shell casings of numerous calibers of weapons, including high-power assault rifle rounds. Wow. Yeah, as you can see in some of these pictures, they had, oh my goodness. Initially, it was believed that it was Inglewood family gang shooting at YSL 30 Deep, but we soon learned that it was an all-out war as YSL 30 Deep members began to target Inglewood family gang members and their families as well. So they have a war going on, and they've entered their family members into this mess. So it's not only Inglewood family shooting at YSL because of Nut death, YSL is getting back off at them. And not only them, their families is included in this, guys. This is scary stuff. Marquavius Greedy Curtis and Watts has the same mother. Okay. So Marquavius and Nut has the same mother, and Nut and Kale has the same father. So they're both kind of tied to Nut. They are his brothers. So, okay, so this is getting interesting. I've been waiting to put these names together to see how this was tied together. So, Kale and Greedy is Nut Brothers. Got it. Okay, so this is just more pictures of all of them in their hoods and stuff. Okay, so here we go. Lucci is a rap artist that Nut has managed since the beginning of his career, funded by Nut. Lucci's rap career has been able to turn illegal money into legitimate businesses. Okay, so this is how Lucci is connected. Okay, so Lucci Nut that got killed was managing Lucci. He funded Lucci's career. On January 22nd, we're still in January, guys, the first of two shootings occurred on Hill Street, which is the home of Rayshawn Lucci's mother. So Lucci mom house got shot up on January 22nd, 2015. Suspect vehicle fired at the home of Lucci. So they shot up his mama house. According to witnesses, a second vehicle was shooting back at the suspects. Baines, who you can see right here, Watts, who is right here, who is Kale's brother on his dad's side, remember, and Jermaine Hardiman were stopped with 3 weapons and only 2 suspects. So one of them got away. And only 2 suspects were charged. Watts pled to the gun in the state court, which is Nut Brother. Hardiman was charged federally and then changed his plea. So Hardiman and Watts got caught. Baines didn't get caught, or he might have. And I don't know. They just said only 2 were charged. So GSR came back to Baines and Watts. So GSR came back on him from these guns and on Nut Brother Kale, which is Watts. Wow. And these were the guns that was used to shoot up. Hold on. Let's make sure. And according to Woody, he felt it was safe to go out as he believed Kale was in jail, not knowing he bonded out of Fulton County Jail. So Woody thought Kale was in jail because Kale had got caught up with these guns, right? After, I guess, they were retaliating, they were about to retaliate back from Lucci mama house getting caught up because Kale is Nut Brother, which is connected to Lucci. So these guys were about to allegedly, this is, remember, this is the district attorney's story. We don't know if this is true. But allegedly, these guys were about to go retaliate back on YSL for Lucci's mom house getting shot up. And on their way to retaliate, the police pulled them over and found these guns on them. And so when they got caught, Woody said he thought Kale was in jail, so he was back outside, not knowing that Kale had bonded out of the Fulton County Jail. This is a story, y'all. This is going to be a story. So now we're entering February of 2015. On February 10th, 2015, Woody and his brother were followed by another car as they left a hotel party downtown. Once they exited the highway at University, shots were fired into their vehicle. The next morning, an Instagram post, Instagram, y'all, confirmed that Heidi Gang, which is a subset of Inglewood Family Blood Gang, carried out the shooting. So Inglewood Family Blood Gang got out there. I guess you could look at it like if you're from LA, there's different streets in LA gangs. Like, you got 8th Street, 7th Street, you got different streets. So I guess out there, this Heidi Gang was a part, it's like a street out there or a hood out there that's a part of the Inglewood family gang. So they basically saw Woody at a party in downtown and his brother, and they followed his car and they shot the car up. And then the Heidi gang, basically posted on social media that, yeah, confirmed that they shot it up. Crazy as heck, right? Okay, so January, let's go back. It goes back to January 26, 2015 on Hill Street. Lucy mother and her boyfriend were shot. So when they went and shot up Lucy's mother's house, his mom and boyfriend was shot, y'all. This is crazy. This lady and her man not even a part of this stuff. These people, her son, have going on. You see how your kids could get you into some stuff? Okay, so a day after her house got shot up, January 27th, 2015, APD got a call, shots fired. Trevante Turner was shot. He is an associate of YSL 30 Deep. So it's not saying that he is from YSL, it just said he's an associate from YSL. And his car got shot up. So that was the day after Lucy mama house got shot. A day after that, a drive-by shooting at Springdale Road happened. Now, ballistics shows this incident has matching shell casings to two other shootings, Harwell Road and Pope shooting. Smith has been dating Sledge since she was 17. So this is Smith, Atravia Smith. She has been dating Sledge, and we've heard that name since she was 17. And he is associated with YSL. Copeland, so Smith started dating Watts in the late 2014. So this all happened in January. Like in December, she started going with Kel, which is Nut Brother. Copeland had an issue with that love triangle because this is Copeland, homeboy, and this is his enemy. Smith stated that Watts, she told the police that Watts was inside the apartment at the time of the shooting. So at the time of one of these shootings, she's saying that her new dude, Kel, he was in an apartment with her. Okay, so let's move on. February 10th, University Avenue, while driving through YSL territory, Watts was shot, which is Kel. He was arrested for probation violation the same night. Now, what some people might not know if you've never dealt with anything with parole or probation, if you are a known gang member and you get shot while you're on parole or probation, that's an automatic violation. Kind of weird, huh? But the ramifications of your parole and probation states that you can't be around any weapons, any kind of knives, guns. According to that, you're not supposed to be around it. So if you're in a place where they're shooting, or that means you're around a weapon, so that's a violation. So I can understand why they locked him up. I don't think it's a good law, but it is what it is. He got shot going through YSL Hood, and they called him and they shot him, and he had to go to the hospital, of course, but he got violated. In retaliation to Watts being shot, a drive-by shooting occurred on Hendricks Avenue, which is the residence of Woody's brother, that same night. So when Kel got shot, when Nut Brother Kel got shot, retaliation, the district attorney is saying somebody went and shot up Woody's brother house that same night. Now, February 19th, 2015, the police was called, shots fired. Kenneth Copeland, his girlfriend, and their infant child were victims of a drive-by shooting. Copeland returned fire, causing the suspects to crash. Now, pause. This is where we heard the interview of Woody explaining when himself and his baby mama and baby was on their way outside to the car to go somewhere, somebody pulled up and started shooting, and he started shooting back. So he actually, when they called the police, he actually told the police that story. Donovan Fleetwood pled guilty to 10 years probation. Who is this? This person, Octavius Franklin, pled guilty to 10 years, and he's doing 5 years. All are document Inglewood family gang members. So all of these people went to jail. And I believe for shooting at Woody, because they have this next in line. Let me see. Josiah Johnson, recently given bail. He's awaiting trial. Bobby Hardy, charged in shooting. DNA recovered in the vehicle. Okay, so all 4 of these are the 4 people from Inglewood family gang that the district attorney is alleging shot at Woody and his baby mama and baby. Okay, so next, the U.S. Marshals executed an arrest warrant at Adale Avenue, which is the home of Inglewood family / Heidi gang member Darren Mills. A search warrant was executed and these items were recovered. Wow. So Darren Mills, a search warrant was put on his house. Dalviante Fleetwood. And so they recovered guns, assault rifles, clips, phones, license plates that have been taken off of cars, bullets. So they recovered a lot of stuff out of his house. Tariq Rivers was shot and killed on April 2nd. So we're moving into April, guys, 2015 at Glen Street. He was a documented YSL gang member. He was unalived and is still unsolved. So they don't even know who basically unalived this guy. And he's considered to be a documented YSL gang member. Okay, so we're in April. On April 12th, Dexter Montgomery was shot in the head with an AR-15 by YSL 30 Deep members at somewhere on Browns Mill Road. And that is Dexter Montgomery, him right here. So they saying allegedly that he was shot in the head by a YSL gang member. This is Dennis Nord McMullins, who is waiting trial. So they're saying allegedly he is the one that shot Dexter. And Walter Murphy, DK. We've heard that name. So Murphy and McMillan were charged with the crime. Murphy has pled to 20 years to serve 8 years. So he's actually already pled. And McMullins is awaiting trial. Wow. That's going to be interesting. If one has already pled guilty, I wonder how that trial is going to go. So this guy right here, he was allegedly from Inglewood family, and these 2 is allegedly from YSL, and they allegedly shot him in the head. And this happened on August 12th. So, April 12th, guys. We're into April. So remember, the prosecution said that this was an all-out gang war, and it was ongoing, and it started from January. So we're in April now, April 26th. Who do we see? We see Lil Wayne up there. So Jimmy Winfrey was charged by Cobb County and has pled guilty to 20 years to serve 10 years in prison. Lil Wayne tour bus shooting. Video coupled with Winfrey's phone records placed him on the scene before, during, and after the shooting. Okay. So this could be why Winfrey went ahead and pled guilty, because his phone records just basically found him guilty. And this was the Lil Wayne's tour bus shooting, guys. He was there. He pled guilty to it. He pled guilty to 20 years. He's serving 10 years. I didn't even know that the person that shot Lil Wayne tour bus up had already pled guilty to that. Okay, so let's move along here. Now, this is how Birdman is connected in this, because why would they shoot up Lil Wayne's tour bus? What does Lil Wayne got to do with YSL or Inglewood Family Bloods or any of that mess? So rappers Birdman and Young Thug allegedly linked to Lil Wayne's tour bus shooting. So the prosecution in this case is trying to link Birdman and Young Thug to Lil Wayne's tour bus shooting. Here we go. This is Brian Birdman Williams. This is Jeffrey Young Thug Williams, Dwayne Lil Wayne Carter, Brian Birdman. So this is the picture of them. So here we go. A rap dispute between Lil Wayne and Birdman spilled over into Atlanta. Once rapper and YSL 30 Deep leader Young Thug got involved. So what the prosecution is saying, and we all remember when Lil Wayne and Baby was into it, they were going back and forth. I don't know if they've made up now. They've kissed a couple of times on stage, so I don't know. But I remember the dispute. So what the prosecution is saying is at the time of their rap dispute, Birdman and Young Thug became bros. They got tight. And so they're saying that Birdman and Lil Wayne beef spilled out into Atlanta. I don't know. That's kind of thin. That's kind of thin for me. I still don't know how Young Thug is tied to that. April, I keep saying August. It's April 28th, 2015. We're in, guys. Drive-by shootings. Okay, let's see. Club Crucial. Donald Lee Howell. Who is that? Drive-by shootings that just have 2517. Donald Lee Hollowell at Club Crucial. 2900 Landrum Drive. Oh, so these are all of the drive-by shootings that happened on April 28th. Oh my goodness. So on that same day, 4 different drive-by shootings happened. One at Club Crucial at 2517, and this is in military time. And at 2900 Landrum Drive, so right after then, a couple hours after then, Landrum Drive, 1428 Dale Avenue, and 1903 Drew Drive. Wow. 3 YSL members were charged in these incidents. So they are saying that these 3 allegedly, Sledge, Lil D, and okay, so it's 2 Lil D's. So Sledge, Quindarius Lil D, and Demikion Lil D. They're saying all 3 of these are YSL members, and all 3 of these are charged for these 4 drive-by shootings on the same day of April 28th in 2015. So on April 28th in 2015, 911 call about an armed subject with an assault rifle at 477 Windsor Street. So they got Woody picture up here. The weapon recovered was purchased by Q Zachary. I got to find out who this Q Zachary is because I've seen his name in this a lot. So Q Zachary had purchased this assault rifle. Zone 3 units responded and detained Woody. He was later arrested on an outstanding warrant. So on the day that all of those drive-by shootings happened by allegedly YSL gang members, at another location, Woody was caught or seen with an assault rifle. When the police came out, they detained him and arrested him on an outstanding warrant. So I wonder why they didn't arrest him on the assault rifle though. That's interesting, right, guys? Okay. Because y'all know, if y'all don't know, when snitches get arrested for big things, they get charged with little things so they can get let right back out. So that's interesting, just to put that in your ear. So we're moving to May now. May 7th, Zachary was arrested for weapons possession at Cleveland Avenue. Now, this is Quindarius Little D. Zachary. He's from YSL. Ballistic testing shows this weapon matches the drive-by shooting on Hill Street on the 26th. That was Lucci Mom's house, guys. Yeah, and he's from YSL. Okay. So he got caught with a gun that matches that was the same gun used to shoot up Lucci Mom's house. And this is Quindarius Little D. Okay, so May 17th, drive-by shooting happened on McCon Drive, which is the residence of well-known YSL 30 Deep member Lil Tick. Okay, so this is how Lil Tick got involved in this. They shot his house up on the 17th in May. So after Quindarius Lil D went to jail, Lil Tick, I guess the gun confirmed to everybody that was the gun that shot up Lucci Mama house. So Lil Tick house got shot up. So it's back on again, y'all. On the 15th, that same day as Lil Tick house got shot up, an ATF search warrant, Vault Studios, was issued, and they recovered 10 pounds of marijuana, $43,000 in cash, 2 handguns, and they also recovered rapper Ruben Houston, Rico Richie. He was arrested. Rico Richie went down. They went to the studio and got 10 pounds of weed, $43,000 in cash, 2 handguns. They hit Lil Richie's spot, y'all. On that same day, oh yeah, they was just on one. They planned this out for the 15th, y'all. That's what they do. They hit different locations at the same time. Because on the same day, hold on, let me go back to Woody really fast. Because Woody got caught August 28th. And all these hits, remember I said he got caught with an assault rifle, y'all. And he was detained, it said. He was later arrested on an outstanding warrant. So he got caught with the assault rifle. They had detained him, and then they only arrested him with the outstanding warrant he had. And this was April 28th. Guess what started happening? YSL gang members' spots started getting hit after Woody got let out after getting caught with an assault rifle. Zachary was arrested, His spot got hit on Cleveland Avenue. He was arrested and got caught with the same gun that Lucy Mama House got shot up with. A couple of 10 days later. Okay, so Lil Tick House got shot up 10 days later. On the 15th, I guess it was time for go for the feds, because 5 days later, YSL started going down again. They hit Richie. They hit Richie's spot. They got 10 pounds. They got 43 in cash. They got 2 handguns on the same day. The marshals executed a warrant for Jeffrey Young Thug Williams at his home in Sandy Springs. So they hit Young Thug's house. When they hit Young Thug's house, Williams and Randrick Norton was arrested for weapons and drug possessions. So 2 assault rifles was recovered, which was also purchased by Q Zachary. 1 handgun recovered. Suspected cocaine and liquid promethazine recovered. So they arrested Young Thug when they went to his house. They also arrested someone named Randrick Norton, which must be this person right here. They also got some Instagram posts with this stuff. So this all happened on the 15th of July. 15th of July. Tick House got shot up in May. And I'm just going over Lil D. Quindarius Lil D got arrested in May. So in January, they started the hit. The feds started the hit on a spot. So all of this, Young Thug went to jail January 15th. Fast forward to September 12th. Another drive-by shooting happened at the Windsor Estates, home of Rivers, right here, Tariq Rivers. He was killed. Remember, killed. He was a YSL. Ballistics matching weapon recovered from Kelvin Watts, which is Nut brother, Kel. Arrested, and they arrested him. This happened September 12th. Tariq was killed. They arrested Kel on November 6th. Additional ballistics match from a shooting on 5-9 at Haywood and Martin Street. So, Kel gun matched Reek murder and also matched another YSL shooting. Well, YSL was getting shot at, matched those bullets. So they got that gun and they locked Kel up November 6th. All right, here we go. So we're going back to September 13th, y'all. Mind you, after the YSL gang members' spots were getting hit in July, September 13th, a drive-by shooting happened on Glen Street. The intended target was YSL 30 Deep member Shannon Stillwell, and he's a part of this Rico case. According to a witness, Inglewood family gang members were responsible. Somebody told. Stillwell fled the scene before police arrived. Stillwell was grazed on the forehead by the gunfire, so he got shot. And another little interesting thing about Shannon Stillwell, he was also the defendant that got stabbed up in the county jail. So just an FYI on that. So he was grazed on September 13th. On September 17th, Pope was shot 8 times. Hassan Hot Pope was shot 8 times and carjacked at Cooper Street. His vehicle was later found burnt. So they took his car and burnt it up. Pope is an associate of Inglewood Family Gang. So he's not in the gang book of Inglewood Family Bloods, but they're calling him an associate. He's a known drug supplier for Inglewood Family Gang, has trap house in Mechanicsville. Watts has made threats to Pope in regards to money. So even though he sell drugs to Inglewood family bloods, allegedly, according to the prosecution, Kel has made threats to him in regards to money. So him and Kel has had beef over some money, which Kel is Inglewood family bloods, right? So he's into it. So I guess that's why they're calling him an associate, because I mean, but two homies can still be into it over money. So Watt's initial jail release was 9/17, but was changed to 9/21. So Pope was shot 8 times on the 17th. Kel was supposed to have been released from jail on the 17th, who initially had some issues with Pope about some money, but he didn't get out until the 21st. So Kel didn't shoot Pope, is what I guess what they're trying to say. They're trying to say YSL gang members shot Pope, even though Pope had beef with inside beef in the Inglewood families with Kel. They're saying Kel was in jail when Pope got shot. Okay, we got it. We got it, prosecution. We got it. 3 members of Inglewood family gang and hiding gang charged with the Pope shooting. Okay, so it was Inglewood family that shot Pope, and because they said he was, that's why they calling him an associate. But you know, we've heard of homies shooting homies. So they got Darren Mills charged with it. They got Dominique Stewie, we've heard that name in there, and they got Quatez Spas White. Inglewood family gang and Haiti gang member Barry Rhodes was arrested for possession of firearm by a convicted felon. When U.S. Marshals Service apprehended Mills, D right here, Rhodes is a suspect in a Pope shooting as well. So I guess they picked up Mills, and I don't know if Mills told them. I don't know how that went, but then it says Popes is also a suspect. I mean, Rhodes right here is also a suspect in Pope shooting. So let's see. I don't know how that went. One of them must have told on Rhodes, and they just not putting it out there like that. That's what I'm thinking. You gotta read through the lines with the district attorney. Okay, so we're going back to in September, the end of September 26th in 2015. Y'all, it was cracking in 2015 in Atlanta with this stuff. Man, we got Tiara Jones right here. How she's connected? Oh my gosh, she was murdered at Milton Avenue. Jones was giving YSL 30 Deep member Shannon Stillwell and his girlfriend Chakoa a ride when her vehicle was fired upon. The intended target was Stillwell. Jones was shot with a high-powered assault rifle in the face. Jackson, which is Stillwell, and Duncan were also injured. So everybody in the car got shot. And this young lady, Jones, she got shot in the face, and unfortunately it unalived her. Oh my God. And all she was doing was basically probably picking up her homegirl and her boyfriend to drop them off somewhere, and got caught in the crossfire. Okay, and this happened September 26, 2015, right after Shannon had already got grazed a couple of days earlier. Shannon, I don't think you should have been with anybody. Like, you should have been laying low, my guy. This is weird. Hold on, guys. Jeez. I need some tea because I'm spilling some tea. Okay. Now, 3 members of IF gang have been charged with Jones' murder. Okay, so they caught the 3 people that allegedly killed her. Let's see who they got. They got Bobby Smoke Hardy. They got Kel Watts. And they got Morrell Ward. So they saying that these 3 from Inglewood family bloods is the one that was trying to kill Shannon Stillwell and they shot up the car and disregard that women were in a car. They just shot the car up, and they end up killing Miss Jones. And so 4 days after she got killed, 9/30/2015, Magic City strip club YSL 30 Deep member Martinez Duke, right here, was assaulted by Kale. So Kale hadn't been caught yet, and several other persons. Arnold refused to cooperate in this investigation. Of course he did. You know how that goes. So Kel, he's still out living his best life. He at the club. He living his best life. And he catch a YSL member slipping at the club, and he assaults him. Let's see. Kel was just released from Fulton County Jail on the 21st. So he went to the club on the, well, Jones got killed on the 22nd. The 26th. He was released on the 21st. Jones got killed on the 26th. He went to the club on the 23rd. Kel pled to 3 weapons charges probation, seen in video throwing the first punch. Okay, so Duke, who got assaulted, raps on YSL records, so he's a rapper, suspect in shooting at Midtown Theater involving Young Thug. Okay, so he's a suspect in a shooting that happened at a theater. Shooter at Lenox Mall incident in 2013, so he was the shooter allegedly in 2013, was present at Young Thug house during search warrant and arrest warrant on the 15th. Okay, so he's from YSL. He's a rapper. And he's one of Young Thug's friends, homies, or whatever. So 9:30, after Arnold was assaulted at Magic City, he called Kendricks. Okay, Kendricks is Weinstein, attorney Weinstein's client. This is how I've been wondering how he's into all of this. Okay, so allegedly, this is the prosecution laying this. This is their story. On 9:30, after Duke was assaulted at Magic City, he called Kendricks to assist in a retaliatory shooting of Inglewood family gang members. Police attempted to conduct a traffic stop on vehicle occupied with Arnold and Kendricks near the residence of Cale. Okay. After a short vehicle and a foot pursuit, police apprehended both of them. So they did a high-speed chase, and they jumped out and started running. Police also recovered an assault rifle, handgun, mask, and bandana from the vehicle. During an interview, Kendricks confirmed their motive and intent. So Kendrick, this is interesting. Kendrick confirmed their motive and intent. That's what they say. He started talking. Okay. Let's go. Let's move further. So let's pause right there. So Weinstein, I've heard interviews with him. He said his client is innocent of all charges, but according to the prosecution, Kendrick made a statement and admitted to what they were about to do. Okay, so let's move on to this. APD gang unit and ATF conduct detail, whatever that is, at Club Crucial. Detail yields arrest of Inglewood family Heidi gang member Philip Collins. They recovered a handgun. They also got YSL 30 Deep member Kelvin Treadwell, felony traffic charges. Let me pause right there. Club Crucial. If there's an ongoing war going on with these people, how are they partying together? Like, how there has to be more clubs in ATL, y'all. How are these people ending up at this same club together and they're at war together? Like, that doesn't happen in LA when hoods have their own clubs that they go to. But it's that hood club. It's not like other people, other hoods is gonna come there to party there with a hood that they're in war with. That's kind of weird to me, but I'm from LA, so it's different out there. We different out there. They not like us. They not like us. Y'all gotta understand that for real. Okay. So Operation Planters evidence. So they laid out all of their evidence. This is Operation Planters. This is all of the people that is involved in this. They got YSL gang members right here, GF1, and they got all the Inglewood family gang members. Okay, they kind of like evened out. They evened out. All right, y'all. So let me stop that. That's it. That's how everybody is involved in this. That was the layout that the prosecution gave. I learned a lot from it. I knew that I had heard that Lil Woody was involved in this from get-go. But, they're saying that Lil Woody was basically a part of the beginning of it. What I don't understand is why isn't Little Woody charged in the Rico case? This is kind of interesting too. How after Lil Woody went to jail, he got detained and he got caught with an assault rifle, but he only got charged with an old warrant. And then a couple of months after that, couple of weeks after that, YSL gang members spots started getting hit. So, yeah, there's a lot going on with this. Another thing that I did not know, and I'm interested in finding out what's going to happen with this, if it's going to be introduced into evidence. Kendricks gave a statement. I didn't know he gave a statement. I didn't know that he confirmed what him and Duke was about to go and do. This is getting interesting, guys. This is your girl Tree. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, like, share this content. Yeah, this was breaking news for me because I wanted to put all of the pieces together to see the prosecution story because I hadn't got it from the opening statement. So now that I see the story, I see what route they're going, I'm still lost as to how they are charging Young Thug with a lot of this. That part wasn't laid out, so I'm sure more to come in the trial. Until next time, guys, thanks for tuning in. Smooches.